Welcome to a short presentation on OCR's GCSE Law J485. This presentation is designed to give you an overview of the specification and will talk about its structure, key features and administration. In the film, I will take you through the important elements of the specification, including its aims, the overall structure of the course, the methods of assessment used, and support materials. GCSE Law began teaching in 2009 and presents the subject in a lively and relevant way to the citizens and adults of tomorrow. The specification aims to give candidates an understanding of elements of the English legal system, civil liberties and human rights, as well as laws relating to rights and responsibilities under employment and consumer law. It introduces candidates, where appropriate, to laws made by the judges, Parliament and the EU. The course looks at topic areas in sufficient depth that candidates gain a real understanding of the area of law being studied and begin to explore the interrelationship between the way laws are made and applied. The course teaches skills which are useful for the higher level study of law, are transferable within education and applicable to the world of work. These skills include close and careful reading, reflective and analytical thinking, selection and recall of relevant knowledge, application of knowledge to scenarios by problem solving, and extended and analytical writing which develops a discussion. The specification provides a stepping stone to AS and A-level law in that some aspects of the English legal system are revisited in greater depth at AS level. The skills taught at GCSE are also a useful starting point for those developed at AS and A-level. A guiding principle behind the course is that it can be taught by teachers who are not law specialists, as it does not require the same level of case and statutory detail expected at AS and A-level. When choosing a new specification, it is important that the structure of the course and the way it is assessed are fully understood. There are 4 examined units in the specification which need to be taken at the end of the course. The units can be studied in any order, but all are mandatory. All examinations are 1 hour long and represent 25% of the total marks. The examinations are written papers. Guided learning hours should be between 120 and 140 hours, and the course can be studied over 1 or 2 years, as long as all the assessment is taken at the end of the course. Law can be a fast-changing area, and although it is desirable to keep up to date with all new developments, this is not always practical. As a consequence, candidates are not required to be familiar with laws which come into effect within 12 months of the examination. Candidates may have little experience of studying law before embarking on this course. There is a need to engage with reading material, as well as being able to recall relevant information. Problem solving is important in law, which can suit those candidates who enjoy mathematical and scientific subjects. There is also a requirement for discursive and extended writing, which may appeal to those who like the humanities and the social science subjects. Let's look at the 4 units in a little more detail. Firstly, Unit B141, the nature of law, criminal courts and criminal processes. The first element of this unit introduces the nature of law and explores why law is needed in society. Methods of lawmaking and the basic classifications of law are also explored. The unit then focuses in detail on criminal matters, beginning with the role of the police, their powers and the necessary protection of individuals. Following on from this is an investigation of the criminal court structure and the mechanisms of the criminal justice process. The roles of lay magistrates and juries are explored, as are the aims and practice of sentencing. Unit B142 Civil Courts and Civil Processes, Civil Liberties and Human Rights is a companion to B141, with the first element looking this time at the civil courts and the civil justice process. It also focuses on alternative methods of dispute resolution, known as ADR, and the role of legal professionals and judges. The second element explores the growing area of civil liberties and fundamental human rights. The origins and applications of such liberties and rights are investigated, as are the restrictions imposed on freedoms and the need to balance rights. Unit B143, Employment Rights and Responsibilities, begins by investigating the contractual nature of the employment relationship, the tests used to identify employment, and the protections offered to employees. The second element covers the topical areas of discrimination and health and safety at work from the perspective of the employer and the employee. The unit ends with a study of the law relating to dismissal and redundancy. Finally, Unit B144, Consumer Rights and Responsibilities, looks first at the contractual nature of the consumer relationship. It also investigates the overlap into other areas, such as negligence, and the way consumer contracts are regulated. The second element looks in detail at contractual laws on the buying of goods and services. There is a focus on the regulation of unfair clauses in contracts and on actions for compensation for losses caused by unsafe products. It may be helpful at this stage to look at the assessment objectives, which are used to design the 4 assessments and then assess the work of candidates. There are 3 assessment objectives in this specification. AO1 tests a candidate's ability to recall, select and use relevant legal knowledge appropriately. AO2 tests a candidate's ability to apply their knowledge and understanding, often in scenario-based questions. And AO3 tests a candidate's ability to analyse and interpret information, sources and arguments, as well as being able to write discursively. All 3 assessment objectives are tested in each of the 4 units, though as you can see in the slide, in Units 1 and 2, the focus is on the use of relevant knowledge, whereas in Units 3 and 4, the emphasis is on application, analysis and discussion. From June 2014, 100% of the assessment is terminal. You must enter your candidates for all 4 units in the series in which they want to certificate. There is 1 examination series in June each year, and all units are available. Make sure you use the correct entry codes which are given in the specification. In addition to making an entry for each unit, you also need to enter for the certification separately. Without this entry, no overall grade will be awarded. The certification code for GCSE Law is J485. There is a wide variety of support and resources available to help you successfully deliver the OCR specification. On the GCSE Law qualification page of the OCR website, you will find a frequently asked questions document which aims to answer questions that you may have as a new teacher to this specification. We also have sample schemes of work and lesson plans to give you a start in organising the teaching of the specification. Reports on the examinations, also on the OCR website, will help give you a better understanding of the thinking behind the assessment of each unit. In particular, you will be able to see how questions have been marked. This can provide valuable teaching material when preparing candidates for their examinations. Other web-based support comes from the OCR social community. The OCR law community can help you network with other teachers, ask questions, and share tips and good practice. There is also an OCR-endorsed textbook available from Hodder Education. Hopefully, this introduction has made you feel more at ease to start teaching this exciting, demanding and rewarding course. OCR is committed to supporting teachers. If you require any further help and guidance, please contact OCR by phone or email. Details are on the slide. Your query will be directed to the person best placed to help you. Enjoy your GCSE law teaching and good luck!
Thank you for watching this presentation. We hope you found it useful. For more information about the qualification and to find out more about support materials, resources and professional development, please visit our website.